Hi, this is Susan Galanis from the Center of Excellence in Learning and Teaching, the CELT, and this is a video of more tools using Blackboard Learn. The first tool that I'll show you how to use is how to embed a YouTube video. Now here I'm in a course, and in your course you'll click on the left on Content, and then you'll hover over Build Content. Now you'll see before I actually show you how to embed a YouTube video, you're going to see a selection called YouTube Video, and currently that particular tool is not working. So I'll show you a different way that you can embed YouTube videos. And to do that, I am going to create an item. And I'll call it Test Video. You'll name it whatever you'd like to call it, maybe the name of the video itself. You could give some instruction or description here for the students if you want. And here in this text box, you'll click on this HTML button. Click on that, and it's going to bring up all these letters, and that's actually HTML code. I'm going to leave that for a minute because what we'll need to get now is a YouTube video embed code. So to find my YouTube embed code, I'm going to open up a new tab here. I'm using Google Chrome, and I'm going to go to YouTube. And I'll find my video. So once I find my video, I'll scroll down and I'll click on this Share button. And then I'll click on Embed. Then you'll see this long code, that's the embed code. And I'm going to right click to copy it. Now I'm going to go back to my Blackboard Learn course. And here again I clicked on the HTML button, and here's some HTML code. And right here where my cursor is blinking, I'm going to paste it by hitting Control V. And now I'm pasting the embed code that's from YouTube into this box here, and click Update. Now you can see there's this yellow box here. That tells me that the YouTube video has been successfully embedded into this item. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to click Submit. And now here at the bottom is my video. So this is called a thumbnail, and the students can click on it and then view the video. As I said, the YouTube tool feature is currently not working correctly. So using this embed code is one option. In the Blackboard Basics video, there was a explanation of how to use a web link, and that's the other option that you can also use for YouTube videos, is instead of having the actual video here that's embedded, you can just simply paste the web link from YouTube and just have the web link on in your course. So either option will work. The next item that I'm going to show you is called an item, and I used an item to embed a YouTube video, and I'm going to create one more item to show you what else you might be able to do if you create an item. So I'm going to hover on Build Content, click on Item, and then I'll name it. Something that you may want to use an item for is maybe to post your bio, to post a welcome message, or maybe to post your office hours, or maybe at the beginning of a unit to post the unit objectives. Something that's short, something that the students don't need to download. I'm going to type bio here, and here's where I would type my text of my bio, or copy and paste. If I had an image of myself, I could insert an image if I wanted to. And I could attach a file if I want to. These are those standard options that you've seen during the Blackboard Basics video that I won't repeat again. And once you're all done, you can click Submit. Now at the bottom, Here's what an item looks like with text typed into it. Just the title and then the text. As you can see, it's nothing that the students would download. So something short, something you want to make sure that they see, maybe at the top of the content pane, would be suitable for creating an item. The next thing that I'll show is how to create a discussion forum. So on the course menu here on the left, I'm going to click on Discussions. And now, if I had multiple discussion forums, they would all be posted here, listed under Discussions. I'm going to create a new forum right now, so I'll click on Create Forum. You'll add a name, and then you can leave the description blank for now. As we go through some of the options, I'll show you where that description might come into play. By default, the forum is available to students. You could click no if you didn't want it to be, or you would leave it clicked as available, and then you could enter some dates when you wanted that forum to be available and when you wanted it to close. I'm going to leave it open and available the entire time. And now here are the forum settings. I won't go over all of them, but there are a few that I'd like to point out. The first is the viewing threads and replies. There's the standard view, or the other view. In Angel, it was called the post first, where participants must create a thread in order to view other threads in the forum. This is something that is done if you want to make sure that students have an original response instead of cobbling together responses from other students that they're reading off the forum. They first have to create their own response, and then once they post it, they can read everyone else's response. Depending on how you want to set up your forum, either option is available for you. If you do a standard view, then you can create a thread with your discussion prompt. If you decide to do a post first forum, you'll get some edits here, and you'll get a prompt where a field up here for description needs to be created for students to see your prompt. Because if you create a prompt using a thread, they can't see any threads until they post their response. So this is the only place that they'll be able to see your prompt to them. And you just put your questions there. Next is grading options. By default, it is not a forum that is graded. If you do want to grade the forum, then you'll click the radio button below and then enter points possible. You could enter a due date if you like, or add a rubric, which is shown in a different video, so I will continue on with some of the other options. Under the subscribe option, the default is to allow members to subscribe to the forum, which I recommend. This allows students, once they subscribe to it, as other students start posting in the discussion forum, they'll get an email notification that discussion is happening in the course. And I'll show you where that button is to subscribe and unsubscribe. And by the way, instructors have the subscribe option also. And I won't go I'll let you look at some of these other options, but those are the options that I wanted to make note of. Once you're all done choosing your options, then you can click Submit. And you've created a forum. Now, I created that forum in this discussions area. Like I said, that's where all forums will be. If you wanted to link it into your content area, for instance, in a particular week folder or unit folder, you'd click on Content, and then go to the unit that you want to put it in, for instance, Unit 3. Then you would click on Tools and then Discussion Board. Now from here, you'll see I have two forums. I can click to select the forum that I just created, and once I do that, it gives me some additional options. I could provide some instructions to students here. And again, these same viewing options, and then click Submit. And now here, that Monday forum is here, linked from that discussions area, linked into my content. Now I'm not going to create another forum, but I do want to show you one other option. So if I go to Tools, go back to Tools, click on Discussion Board, and as you remember, what I just did is I selected the forum that I just created. The other thing that I could do, if I didn't first create my discussion forum by clicking on this discussions link, I could create it right here, right in my content area, right from my content area. Once I create it, it will appear in this discussions area, but I'm able to create it from my content area just to save a couple of clicks. So you have the option of creating a forum right from this discussion area, or creating a forum from the content area. Either way, whichever is easier for you. I'm just going to cancel out of this one for now. And cancel one more time. So there's that Monday forum that I created and have now linked into my content area. To view, subscribe, read, and respond to forums, I'm going to go back to my discussions link, and now here I have another forum that has some posts. And I can click on that forum. And to view, if there were several threads here, I could click on this box at the very top on the left, and it would check all of the people who have created forums, and I could click on Collect, and that would show all of the responses for all of the threads, and I could just scroll down the page and read and reply to them. If I just want to view a thread or the responses to one particular thread, I can just click on it. And then here's one thread. That's where the initial prompt was posted for creating a thread. And then here is one student response. In either case, I could just click on Reply, and I'll click on the second one to reply. And then I can just type my reply. And then click Submit. So I'm going to click down here on this OK button. That's just going to take me back one screen and take a look at this forum again. And so that's how to view and read and respond. To subscribe to the forum, if I wanted to get an email notification every time someone was responding to the forum, I can click on the subscribe button, and this is a button that students have as well. So I click on subscribe, and then once I'm done, I can unsubscribe if I want, or if the forum then becomes inactive, I will, in either case, won't get any more notifications. If I want to grade a discussion forum, then I can click on this Grade Discussion Forum box. And here are the students who have posted to the forum. And I can click on the right here, click on this grade button. And then here, you can see I have already graded this forum because there's a score there. I'm just going to delete it for now. If I hadn't graded it, I would be able to read and reply if I wanted to any of the posts. I could enter feedback for the learner to see in their My Grades section of the Grade Center. And then I would just enter the grade in this box. And then click Submit. And that's how you grade a forum. So that's discussion boards, creating them and grading them. The next tool I'd like to show you is using Safe Assignment. If you attended a Blackboard Basics session, or if you viewed the Blackboard Basics video, you saw one way to incorporate Safe Assign when you build an assignment, or a Dropbox as they call it in Angel. I'll probably always call it a Dropbox, but in Blackboard it is called an assignment. If you choose not to activate Safe Assignment embedded in a Dropbox or an assignment, there's another way that you can submit directly to Safe Assign without having to create an assignment or Dropbox. And for anyone who is unfamiliar with Safe Assign, it's similar to what was in Angel. It's a product called Turnitin. Both products are for plagiarism detection or comparing things in databases that might be similar to what the students submit. So if I didn't enable Safe Assign in an assignment or Dropbox, under Course Tools here, if I click on Course Tools, I can click on Safe Assign. And if I click on Safe Assign items, that would show the items that would be linked to any assignment or Dropboxes that I've created in the course. But if I have a paper that isn't connected to a Dropbox with Safe Assign, then I can also directly submit a paper to Safe Assign myself. So I'm going to click on this Direct Submit. And here are a few papers that I've done previously. To submit one yourself, you can just click Submit Paper here on the right. And then if you want to submit it as a draft, if you think that the student will submit it more than once, or if the paper will be submitted again through Safe Assignment, then you'll want to submit this one as a draft. Or if you only wanted the paper to go into the database without doing a plagiarism detection search, then you could skip plagiarism. But I'm going to just submit as a draft. I want to do a check to see if anything in the paper is similar to other things on the internet or in their database. And you can upload the file, or if you could copy and paste it into this dialog box here. I'm going to choose a file that I have. And once I've chosen the file, then I can click Submit. And now here on the bottom is the essay that I just submitted. You can see by the dash it has the originality report has not been generated yet, but it is a fairly quick turnaround time. I'm going to click on one that I previously submitted, and we can just take a look. That's where you'll get the green check mark. That's when you know the Safe Assign report is available. And here you can see on the right 3 different citations were found to be similar to what is in the paper. And they're numbered and they are different colors, so I can read through them. This first one looks like a definition to me. That doesn't concern me. The second is a citation. That also doesn't concern me. And this third one is also from a works cited page. So all of that looks fine. And as you know, it's important to look at the citations and what was found to be similar, not just at the number, not just at that percentage. Because as you can see, it may be appropriately cited and not plagiarism. So I'm going to go back to my course. And that is Safe Assignment if you want to do Direct Submit. Again, Course Tools here on the left, and then click on Safe Assign, and then click on Direct Submit. The next thing I'd like to show you is how to adjust your notification options for your course. And to do that, you'll go up to your name up in the upper right-hand corner to open the Global Navigation menu. So click on your name, you'll click on Settings, and then here if you wanted to see all the notifications that you get for all of your courses, you could click on the Notifications dashboard and view that at any time. But I want to edit some of the notifications that I get specifically via email. So I'm going to click on Edit Notification Settings. And here's a list of all the courses where I'm an instructor. Now you'll see right away that there's a triangle with an exclamation point next to all of my courses, or many of my courses. All that means is I've adjusted my notifications from the default, and that's just an indicator of that. So if I want to change my notification options, I'll click on courses that I'm teaching. Then you'll see some options where I could change all notifications for all the courses that I'm teaching, or I could just change some of them by clicking and holding down the control key and clicking on the courses where I want to make some changes, and then clicking on the arrow to move them to the right, and then changing some options. But in this case, I'm actually going to click all to change the notifications for all my courses that I'm teaching. So here are all the notification options that are available. I won't go through all of them, but a few that you might find helpful are if an assignment needs grading, you'll see that the notifications dashboard has all the notifications checked. But if you want to get something like an item that needs grading, if you want to get that notification in your email, then you'll need to check the email option. Another option that you might want to get an email notification is that a test needs grading. And as I'll let you read, you can read, of course, the different types of notifications that are available. This third option is for mobile devices. There is a Blackboard Learn app, and it is available for iOS, for Apple devices, and for Android devices. And the app itself is free, and for most universities to activate the app, it costs a couple of dollars. But as of this recording, activating the app is also free. You will need to look for the institution, Concordia University - Wisconsin. And even if you work at the Ann Arbor campus, you would still look for the institution, Concordia University - Wisconsin. So again, this middle row, or this middle column, is for email notifications, and once you have those set, you can click Submit. And now I've updated all of my notifications. So the next thing that I'd like to show you is announcements, course announcements. So now that I'm back in my course, I would like to make a course announcement. So to do that, again, I'll go to my course tools, and then I'll click on announcements. Here are other announcements that I've made. I'm going to create a new one here by clicking on Create Announcement. Give it a subject. And then the message. And I could have this announcement be restricted and shown on the announcements module only during a certain time frame, to have it open and close during a certain time frame. If I wanted that announcement to be there during the entire course, I would click on Not Date Restricted. And then if I wanted to send an email to make sure students don't miss the announcement, I could click and send a copy of the announcement immediately. Then, a real nice feature in Blackboard Learn is in an announcement, I could include a link to something in my course. For instance, if I wanted to show a link to one of the discussion forums. So here's this Friday forum in my Unit 2 folder, and I'll click Submit. And now here is my announcement at the top of the page. There's my text of the announcement, and then there's that course link. If I wanted to make sure that students did not forget to respond to a course link or to a forum or anything else that is in the course, I can include that link in my announcement. The next thing that I'll show you is how to send email using Blackboard Learn. And again, it's through these course tools, and you'll click on Send Email. Now, before I do that though, the next thing I'm going to show you is to send course messages, which is up here, course messages. And I want to point out the difference between the two. Sending email is only to send email out to students or users in the course. If the students respond to that email, it is going to go into your CUW or CUAA Outlook email. So this sending email is only for sending email out. If there's further responses, they will then remain in the CUW or CUAA Outlook email. So just keep in mind that's very different from Angel. So to send an email, I'm going to now click on Send Email. And I have different users and groups of users that I can choose from. All users, that means if there's more than one instructor in the course, everyone will get it, will get this email, students and other instructors and anyone else who's in the course. If I have groups set up, I could set it to groups or teaching assistants. I could send it only to students, only to instructors in the course, or pick specific select users or groups. So I'm going to click right now on single select users. And then I can pick from any of the users in the course. I can click, hold down my control key, and click on the names of the people that I want to receive this email. And then I'll name it. Put a subject line, I'm sure you're used to sending email. And type my message. Attach a file if I want. If I wanted to get a copy of the email in my own email, my own Outlook, I would click this box and then click Submit. And that's sending email from the course. The other option I mentioned is Course Messages. So again, under Course Tools, I would click on Course Messages. And then here in Course Messages, these messages remain in the course. So I could send a message to all users, to certain students. They would need to check their course messages. It will not go to their CUW or CUAA email. It won't go to their Outlook. It's going to remain in the course. So whichever you do, I mean, there's pros and cons to both, but make sure you inform your students if you will be using course email, or excuse me, if you'll be sending email only, so they should check their CUW or CUAA email, or if you'll be sending course messages, and they should check the course messages within the course. So here to create a message, I can just click on that Create Message button, and then I'll click on To, and again, similar to what you just saw, I can click on whoever I want to send the message to, or select all for the entire group of users, and then hit the button to move it to the right. Give it a subject. And the message looks similar to an email, and then just click Submit. I'm not going to send the course message, I'll just cancel out, but I think you get the idea. Okay, the next thing I'd like to show you is how to add the Panopto tool into your course. If you have used Panopto before and you had it in your Angel course, then you can also add it into your Blackboard course. For anyone who is not sure what Panopto is, it is a way that you can either record yourself in the classroom lecturing, or you could record your screen if you have a PowerPoint and just have a screen capture, and it'll record that with your voice. And if you are interested in that and have not used Panopto before, you can contact Justin Frisk, justin.frisque@cuw.edu, and he can provide further assistance on how to use Panopto in the classroom. Once you've created some Panopto videos, then you can have them go added directly into your course. For instance, if you do record your lectures, or maybe it's a guest lecture and you want students to be able to review and rewatch it, then you could add the Panopto link in your course and students could review any recorded lectures that you have. So to do that, I'm going to go into my content area. And then I'm going to hover over Tools. And then I'm going to click on More Tools. Then it says Panopto Course Tool Application. You'll click on that. And then you'll name it whatever is appropriate. Maybe it will be video lectures. You could type any additional descriptor here or instructions if you need them. By default, this is available to students unless you state otherwise with these other options here. Then I'll click Submit. Now it's here at the bottom of my content pane. I could move it up or move it into a folder if I wanted. Once I have this Panopto course tool, I have to configure it for my course. So I'll click on it. And then I'll click on Configure. Once you click that Configure button, it could take several minutes for it to finish configuring. Then, once it does, you'll see a list of your courses, and if it's not already there, you'll select the folder that is the title of your course. One nice thing about this version in Blackboard Learn is if you had another course with videos that you wanted students to see, for instance, maybe you have a prerequisite from the fall and now you're teaching a spring course and you wanted those students in spring to see those videos from fall, is you could select an additional folder to be added into your Panopto course content. I'm not going to do that, I just have my one, but you could if you wanted to. So you have your folder and then click Submit. And now once there are recordings, it is ready and they will start appearing right in this area, right below the Configure button. So that's adding Panopto. Just a couple of things left is you can change the course theme colors if you like. There's a couple ways to do that. Briefly, up on the upper right hand corner there's this palette of colors, this rainbow. You could choose the different color schemes here. Another option is to go down to Customization on the left and then click on Teaching Style. And there's a few options that you can explore too. That I want to point out is here's another way to select a course theme and a color. You can just click and there's a scroll bar where there are quite a few for you to choose from in terms of colors and themes. And then another option is if you want to add a course banner, if you wanted to add some sort of image at the top of your course. For instance, I just put an image of Blackboard Learn. So you would browse your computer and you would look for an image that you wanted to add. And it would be a JPEG, a JPG, or a PNG, a PNG. And then you would select it from your computer. It would appear here, and then you would click Submit. And then it would appear, I'm going to go to my home page. It would appear up here at the top. And those are some of the tools that are available in Blackboard Learn. Thank you for watching.